the development bank, the mandate is basically to lend to small and medium-sized businesses, and we more focus on assisting individuals who would not normally get financing from the other commercial banks because of the point system and that sort of stuff. And so the difference between us and them is that we more focus or cater towards those people in the lower strata who may not be able to access the financing so that their dream can be made a reality. We have the mortgage sector, of course, and over the 40 years, during the 40 years, you know, we would have launched several lending facilities in that we would have received various funding, and one of them would have been what we call the GEM, which was the Government Empowerment Program, and this was initiated to provide home ownership to individuals of the low strata. And I mean, each applicant was offered $300,000 at an interest rate of 5%. Then of course we had the fresh mortgage, and that program we had two phases. It was phase 1 and phase 2, and it was initially initiated to promote the realization of economic empowerment through subsidizing housing in the Federation. And there each applicant initially, well, they would have received $500,000, but initially it was at 6%, and at the second phase it was launched at 5%. Then of course sometime back we had HELP, which is the Housing Enhancement Loan Program, and that was initiated to provide funding to individuals who needed to renovate or remodel their homes. And those applicants, we offered $100,000, at an interest rate of 5%. And then we had the Fresh Start program, which is in relation to the businesses, and that was to assist or promote creation in the area of manufacturing, retail, equipment, and medium-sized businesses within the Federation. Applicants here was offered $100,000 and again the interest rate was 5%. We had the SIDF funding, we had the SIDF funding, which is the Sugar Industry Diversification Fund, and that was initiated to diversify the national economy and maintain economic stability, and to finance new and existing industries as we transition from the sugar industry right after it closed.
As we all know how COVID has impacted the tourism industry, and we understand the importance of the agriculture sector, the Development Bank has partnered with the Agriculture Department by providing funding for farmers and fishermen a number of times. We provided the SIDF Agriculture Fund of $25,000 at 0%. We also provided agriculture grants in 2017 during the two hurricanes, Irma and Maria, to get fishermen and farmers back on their feet. About 200 persons benefited. We would have also provided loans to the tune of $1 million for farmers and fishermen at 5%.
We also tapped into the Small Hotel and Restaurant Modernization Fund, and that was initiated to provide small hotels and restaurants with funding if they were interested in remodeling their business. We offered each applicant about $1.5 million at 3% interest rate. We also had the fresh to ease, and that was the fund realization of economic empowerment through subsidized housing, and that was in two phases, and we gave each applicant 500,000 EC at 5% interest rate. So we've done a plethora of financing for various sectors.
Yeah.